Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Sunday afternoon here in beautiful, bright Colorado with snow on the ground. But this is a special session, just jumping on to finish out the free readings from this morning session. And there's no chat in here because I'm not taking any new requests. This is just to make up for all the ones that I didn't get to this morning. And I will be back on Friday for free readings. Friday morning. I'm on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and on Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So let's get into it. After I'm done, I will post a comment and pin it and put the order in which the readings were completed so you can find your reading more easily. All right. So let me just shrink this down a little bit. And excuse me, we will get started here. So we had left off with Grace 1111. We're going to be continue to use the Chinese tarot. Happy Chinese New Year or lunar New Year. I can talk. All right, Grace. So you want to know who is coming towards you? Let's take a look here and see what spirit wanted you to know. Who is moving towards you? All right. Let's see what we got here. Wow. I like this here. We have the star card coming in, and it is this energy of like a dream come true, wishing upon a star. And the individual that's coming towards you, they did have this Five of Coins energy, which is this belief around lack, of being small, being abandoned. And we like that because they've moved beyond it. They've transformed it. And so they're in a place of security. They're not looking to the outside world to define them. And it's just something that's really has this security within themselves, which is a positive thing because they're not drawn all over the place by the outside world and influenced very easily by them. So I like it. It's a very much a dream come true kind of individual. And I like that they've moved beyond that. Because they moved beyond these feelings of lack, they don't have this resistance to receiving from the outside world like we do when we have these feelings of abandonment, being left behind, all that. Otherwise, there's like this force field that's up that our little inner child puts up that keeps things away from us. But they haven't. They've brought down those walls. They have a really balanced giving and receiving, not codependent, not overgivers. Very beautiful balance. So I like that for you. Star card 2 is a balancing card. Usually, the original tarot will have 7 stars, which represents the 7 chakras. So they got a really beautiful, balanced energy about them. So I like that for you, Grace. That's who is coming towards you. So many blessings to you. And then New Love, you are up next. And you wanted to know your work with Johanna is going to be over soon. And you want to know, will she stay in contact as a friend or cut ties? Let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know based on current energies. Yeah, we've got this, excuse me, this hanged ghost, which is the hanged man coming in here, which is about transformation and it makes sense that the time is coming to an end with that. But you got the Four of Cups, which does have emotional stability. It just requires this Nine of Swords energy uh, to be looked at because what happens if you have this fear, like you have a feeling that she's going to cut ties. Well, that feeling is a fear that she's going to cut ties. And what happens when we focus on a fear? We make it come true. We draw it towards us. Like attracts like, right? And so there is this, awareness, balance your emotions, have emotional stability, realize everything's going to unfold perfectly regardless. And you stop focusing on the wanting, on the fear that something's not going to happen. And then when you do that, you start having gratitude for the time you have had together. And when we have that kind of energy, then we're telling the universe, I'm really grateful when I'm able to spend time with them. And the universe is like, hey, it's for your highest. We're going to have to continue that. But if we're like, I fear that they're gonna cut ties, or I want them to, this wanting to have a connection, we're telling the universe, I enjoy wanting but not having. I enjoy missing it, or I enjoy fearing that, that they're going to cut ties. And so we feed that instead. So being aware of your energy and what you're focusing on is very important, because there is possibilities here that they won't. But it all depends on if you're going to focus on your fears, or you're going to focus on gratitude for what you have, letting go of the wanting and just going, I'm grateful for what will unfold. It's a powerful energy there. So that's what's coming in for you, new love. Hopefully that makes sense there. Many, many blessings. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Excuse me, I just need to take a quick sip of my coffee here. There we go. Frog in my throat always likes to come back around. All right, so April Lester, you are up. Hello, hello. So will Bailey reciprocate to you when you reach out to him? All right, let's take a look here and see. Based on current energies, you know, eventually, we've got the Temperance card, which is like a patience card. Things slowly working themselves out, but not right away. The Nine of Coins and the Nine of Pentacles is about a feeling of independence. And I feel like this is both on their side, but also something that is in the cards, literally the cards for you, of let me have some time to myself with spirit, and looking at my worth in relationship to the outside in a different way. That Temperance card with the patience, it shows that it happens slowly on purpose for you, because it helps you look and kind of move your definition of your worth and the validation of your worth from out here with them or anyone to inward and upward, which is more solid. That's where that independence comes in. Then you're not looking for someone to reciprocate or validate or anything from the outside world. You give because you want to, not because you are expecting anything back or that you need anything back. You just fill up and overflow. Then, if anyone gives back, you're already filling up and overflowing. So, what someone gives is above and beyond extra. Otherwise, before that, no one can ever give us what we're looking for. So the outside world is always falling short and has this energy of lack. But the stepping away and connecting with spirit allows you to fill up and allows you to see the world transform around you into something from that was lacking before to something abundant and overflowing. So I don't feel like they'll reciprocate right away, because it's designed for you to face this fear and to see, why do I need that? And you change from needing it to wanting it, but not, you have this fullness. You don't need it. You're full with yourself. They're just above and beyond extra. So you can take it or leave it. And it's a different type of energy. So hopefully that makes sense there, April. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. And then Angelina, you want to know Pisces feelings and next actions towards you. Okay, so that's your meaning there. All right. So feelings and next actions. So they do have here these feelings. The Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's very much a birthing and a sensuality that comes in here. Now, this Pisces, this Three of Coins, this Three of Pentacles, has this like being true to their authentic selves and wanting to express themselves uniquely and not fall into anyone's their clutches or their rules or their expectations. So I feel like they have these intentions, they have these feelings of wanting to have this nurturing and this sensuality and this birthing between. But this Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles, has them paused, and this can or cannot have anything to do with you, because before they met you, they had this long list of expectations and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. And they, regardless, because it's in here, even if you're not expecting it and have this big long list, they think that you do because they've been taught everyone expects this of you. This is what you need to give them, and don't disappoint them. And it might not even be anything close to what you're expecting or wanting from them, but they're like hesitant in sharing that. So, if this is a relationship, if this is something that's progressing, being honest and clear of your intentions to them helps them understand. Oh, wait a minute, you're not expecting what I think you're expecting. They think you're expecting the world, and you're like, I just want a state or a continent, not the entire world. And they're like, huh, well, that's more reasonable. And I feel like this is important. So if you have an opportunity to share your feelings and intentions, then I feel like that's an important piece of your relationship. So hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Anjou 777, you are up. You want to know how will your Valentine's Day be? All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. What else about your Valentine's Day here? All right. Well, if you close your mind and open your heart, you'll have a much more enjoyable Valentine's Day than if you try to stay in your head with all these expectations of what you feel Valentine's Day is supposed to be. The Three of Swords here is about, expectations equal disappointment. The Two of Swords is your heart battles with your mind. The mind has this long list going, all this stuff needs to happen in order for my Valentine's Day to be successful and for me to like it. But it's a long list. So chances are that's where we have disappointment because no one can live up to all those things on that list. And when we move into our heart and just going, I just want to be love and give love, and whatever I receive is amazing, then that's the kind of beautiful Valentine's Day that you have. But with those cards, it's like you got to close your eyes, open your heart, get out of your head and into your heart and just go, I'm just going to love whatever comes in because it's a day of love. And then you enjoy every little thing. You're grateful for it instead of going, nope, you haven't reached it yet. Nope, you haven't reached it yet. Nope, you haven't reached it yet. Okay, now you've met my expectations. We're to ground zero. That's what happens when we have expectations. It sucks the air out of relationships and out of our sales too. So it's up to you, which is great. You get to choose what kind of Valentine's Day you have by are you going to be in your head or in your heart? All right. So that's what they have there for you, Anjou. So many blessings to you. Excuse me. And we're moving down the list here. We got Soul Searching Vibe is up next. And you want to know the person on your mind. Are they planning anything for you? Let's take a look here and see what is Spirit willing to let you know about this here. All right. Well, I feel like they're kind of going back and forth. They want to, with the Page of Coins, that's a new event or something new on the outside world, right? The Chariot is the movement and power of choice card. And so they're thinking about it. And I don't feel like they've made a decision yet on what they want to do. They want to do something, plan something for you, but they haven't quite decided yet. They're still going back and forth between things with that Chariot card. So it's good news that they want to do something, but it's like, they're kind of have a variety of different things that they're unsure of which one that they're going to end up with and in doing. So I know it's still in the works. That's why. Well, you know them. I feel like Spirit is saying, them. They're not like someone that plans days and weeks in advance. It's like last minute. The last minute shopper at Christmas and not making reservations for Valentine's Day and kind of flying by the seat of their hip, you know, or something like that. Shooting from the hip, flying by the seat of their pants. That's what it is, not flying by the seat of their hip. Wow. Yeah, it happens. I get a little punchy towards the end of the weekend because I've been doing so many readings. So But you get what they're trying to say. So that's what they have for you, soul searching vibe. Many blessings to you. Oh lordy. And it's my birthday tomorrow, so I think I'm getting a little bit old and giddy. I'd rather be a giddy old man than a grumpy old one, right? All right. Angel blessings. You are up next. So February month for you. Let's see, what do they want you to know about the rest of your February here? All right. Well, so you have here a little bit of time with the high priestess of stepping away out of the chaos, stepping away to think about some things. High priestess, she goes back, connects, well, she goes into her high priestess temple, a place of safety, a place of reflection, connects with spirit, goes behind the veil, dives deep into the unknown, really looks at things. And I like this because after this time of reflection, you do get some clarity. And then with the page of staves, the page of wands, you have this new inspiration, this new desire, this new excitement about where to invest your energy and go forward. So I feel like it's like the rest of February here, like next week, it's kind of like you just step back, go, okay, where's everything at? Let me just get a view of everything. Okay, now what do I want to do going forward? And you kind of ixnay some stuff, remove some stuff and go, okay, this is what I want to focus on. And then boom, 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 some great movement that happens. But I do feel like a new passion and new excitement uh, is ignited because of this stepping back and spending time with yourself in spirit and looking at things, look at the big picture. So that's what's coming in right now for you, angel blessing. So many blessings to you. And then happy pill, you wanted angel guidance. Let's take a look here. What do the angels want to tell you right now? All right. So, in whatever situation you're needing guidance from them here, you got the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. And the Five of Staves, the Five of Wands, is about this energy of conflict and drama that's around you. And it's just like the angels are saying, we support you. You got thousands of beings of unconditional love and light on the other side that you're cheerleaders. They're cheering for you. But the fear of the humans who are very fickle, one moment they're feeling one way and if they go into fear, they're acting like fools and doing stupid things and unloving and uncompassionate things. But we put so much of our worth in them instead of like the ones that we are like, you guys define me, not them. And that's what I feel like the angels are saying is like, we got you. The people that you're afraid that would reject you and change their opinion of you or that would cause conflict, if you're true to your authentic self, they just show you who they are, and that's okay. If people don't like it, then that's okay. They don't have to be around you as much or at all. And you get to choose your tribe. You get to choose who you want to be around you. But it's so much a nudge about be true to your authentic self and don't try to go off to the left or to the right because you're afraid people are going to punish you or you're going to lose support. It's so important to find your path and move forward on it. And that's what they have for you right now, Happy Pill, is you are supported, so don't worry about these humans. Be you. The world needs you to be you. Okay. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. And then Lynx Lee, you are up and you want to know higher self guidance with your connection with Leo. I know this Leo, I tell you, they're going to end up putting a restraining order on you. I'm just kidding. you, you are consumed, obsessed with the Leo. I need to know, right? I understand. We've all been there, and if we haven't, we will get to experience that. So no judgment at all, of course. Yeah, you know, and this is the message we kind of keep getting a little bit, right? Endings and beginnings, the 10 of swords, the ace of coins. 10 of swords is letting go of all expectation, all desire, anything attached to them. It's like they can't live up to what you want them to be, and you can't live up to be who they want you to be. There's all these expectations, these roles, this long list of supposed to and should and need to and have to and must, right? And we can't. And so they're encouraging you here to say it's okay, to just let it go and have this restart in the outside world with this Ace of Coins, this Ace of Pentacles. It allows a restart, allows new opportunities to unfold in the outside world for you. And, something more stable, something more in alignment with what you're desiring. But with all those expectations on each other, it's not a conducive relationship. You learning a lot about yourself on what you are really wanting and what you're willing to let go of. And in doing that, it's like you start to see that this Leo isn't exactly what you're wanting. It's what you're thinking that you've been wanting, what you've been convinced supposed to, shoulds, and need to's. I'm supposed to want that. But as you whittle through and release those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, and you really get in tune with your heart, you're realizing this isn't what I want. And there's something else, someone else that's different, more in alignment with that than this down the road for you. So that's what's coming in, Linksley. So hang in there, my dear. I like who's coming for you, but you were meant to be with this Leo for as long as you have, or at least interested, or at least drawn to them, because they were a mirror that was designed to show you these things for you, so that you could release those and not have those weighing you down and giving you this lower vibrational experience with this future person. This is clearing things away, allowing you to rise so that you could be at a different love energetic level, if that makes sense. All right, so that's what they got. All right, many blessings. And then Anusri, you are up next. You want to know what is happening in your future spouse's life. What's going on up there? Let's see, what are they going through right now? Do you really want to know? Do you really, really want to know? Let's take a look. All right. Well, good. It's good that they're going through this before they end up where you're at. Because the Five of Wands here represents, Five of Staves is a lot of drama, a lot of conflict that's going in around in their life here. And the Eight of Swords is good, though, because they're learning through that process what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets used to make them feel blinded and bound and trapped. That creates drama. And the 8 is a flowing number, which is good because that means they're learning and growing through this drama and this conflict that's going on. They're releasing a lot of stuff up here that would end up creating conflict later in your marriage. And so you're like, yeah, go through that now. And I will go through my stuff now, and then we'll have a very peaceful, loving marriage, because we're not going to figure that stuff out post haste. Then we're doing it now. So I like that for you. So that's a little bit of a tidbit in there for you, Anusri. So many blessings to you. And then Magician, you want to know what you want to know. What I want to know for your highest good. All right, so what do you want to know for your highest good? So what does Spirit want you to know that will help you have your highest experience here? All right, wow. Well, yeah, but definitely it's a very clear message here. Two major arcana. You got the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower card. Both of these cards are about whatever happens in your life happens for you. There's this, the Tower has this transformative energy because it's like something being removed out of your life to make space for something that's more in alignment with you and to clear your path to move forward. And there's a message that we first were like, oh, life is happening to me. These things are happening to me. And we get to experience a victim role in our lives. We all come here to experience it. But when we're ready, we can realize, okay, why did I want that to happen for me? Not to me, but for me. And the Wheel of Fortune is the tune of for you, the for tune, which even your human is in alignment going, oh, I see how that is for me. And it happens here because the Wheel of Fortune is about the fate's wheel, and we have some fated events in our life that we want to experience. And sometimes like something has to get removed in order for the next fated event to happen. And if we're not removing this, we've told the universe before we come down on our honey-do list, we've asked them, we don't tell them, we ask them. So if we get to here and I haven't removed this yet, remove it for me. That's the tower. Bam! The lightning strikes, it burns down, and it is happening for us. But we forget, oh, I did ask for that, didn't I? But we don't realize it while it's happening until later in this life, or even when we're back on the other side, we're like, oh, that's right. That's my signature. I did ask for that, didn't I? So this is a good, powerful message that, what's for your highest good is knowing everything is unfolding perfectly. And you can trust that everything does unfold for your highest experience. And that even what keeps it from feeling that way are these stories that we put to it in here. We're choosing the story, the emotion, the energy, our physical actions. And even though it's could be perfect here, we could have the story, oh, this is happening to me. But when we have this story of, oh, this is happening for me, we can see the workings of the other side and how they're working through things. And trusting too. Sometimes I'm like, I can't see it yet, but I do trust you and I know that it's in your good hands. So I like that for you, and that's what they have right now for you, magician. So many blessings to you. All right. Then up next, we've got Smooth Life. So, Smooth Life, you want angel messages? Let's take a look here and see what messages your angel has here for you. All right. Well, they definitely have messages for you. Got the Eight of Wands, which represents a lot of energy, but when we're talking about angels on the other side, the Eight of Wands is like messages coming in from everywhere from spirit. The physical world, like you'll see bumper stickers or license plates, overhear a conversation, get a weird junk mail, or it has all these synchronicities, repeating numbers, all that kind of stuff in the outside world. We'll have thoughts that just drop into our head or memories that are triggered out of nowhere. We'll get emotional messages, energetic messages that come in. So you definitely have a ton of guidance coming around here. And a lot of it has to do with here, the King of Cups, balancing your heart and your mind. And they are trying to show you, the things in your life that are untrue, the small t truths, because you got the Six of Swords on the bottom here, which is all about leaving behind old ways of thinking that are rooted in small t truths of fear, the stuff that we're taught that's not true, and being able to see things from a higher perspective and transforming the fears, experiences we have had experienced, transforming them into higher knowledge and higher wisdom as you're able to look at those things and go, oh, okay. So when that person did that, they were in fear. It had nothing to do with me. So now I can change that into different wisdom that I don't have to take people's actions personally or blah, blah, blah. So you're getting this clarity that's coming in, some big ahas coming in from spirit. And so all you have to do is take a big deep breath, step back, look at the situation, ask, what did I want to learn from this? And they will show you and they'll give you the tidbits. And then you're like, and then your knowledge, your higher knowledge goes bigger. You get drawn higher too. So I like this. If you're asking for a particular situation, it is definitely about seeing things from a higher perspective, rooted in unconditional love, understanding the big picture of why we're here and everything else, and then understanding why the human jumps into those lower beliefs. So that's what they have there for you, Smooth Life. So many blessings to you. And then Mizrag Bayin, hello, hello. You'd like a general message? What does Spirit want you to know right now? Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know? All right. I like this here for you. You are in the process here of transforming thoughts of feeling less than, abandoned, left behind, feelings of lack in the outside world, and it's transforming here. You've got the Empress card, who is all about harvest, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new births and abundance. And so I do feel like you're in this big process here of learning that it's not humans that bring you what you need in each moment, but it's spirit, it's creator, it's the endless source that has endless resources, and that they don't act like humans do, where when a human feels unsafe and out of control, they will take back out of survival, take the rug from underneath you, take the shirt off your back, take all your food, because I got to survive, right? And so that's when we experience abandonment, being left behind out in the cold, blah, 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 all those delicious things of lack. But when we realize, oh, you're the one that brings me what I need in each moment, and you are not fickle, you will never judge me or be in fear and go into survival mode. They have everything, so they don't have that. And so you're learning this, and this is what brings in this abundance because you're not looking for humans to supply you. You're like, "Oh, you're the one that brings it to me or sends it to me." They might use shipping companies of humans to bring it to you, but it's them that are bringing it to you. And I like this trusting relationship that you are developing with spirit, going, "You will bring me everything I need in each moment." And you always have, otherwise I wouldn't be here watching the video right now, right? So they've got a good record of I always have everything I need, and they usually give us even more because they love us. It's not always just here's your bread and water. They like to give you more, but it's us that usually resists receiving from them because of those beliefs of lack. So I like this transformation and this I don't know, this new birth of way of looking at things, abundance, nurturing yourself, allowing yourself to be nurtured, is an important thing right now. So that's what's coming in for you, Ms. Rec. Hopefully that resonates, and many blessings to you. All right, Pinky, you are up next. So your future spouse's personality traits and zodiac sign. Let's see here. Will they give you the zodiac sign? You shall see. Personality traits. All right. Well, you've got the Two of Wands and then also the Three of Swords. So swords are air signs, uh, wands or staves are fire signs. Now, you've got someone here with air signy Three of Swords that has been through a lot of things. So their personality is that they have been through it with a lot of disappointment in their life to where they realized the heartbreak story they had was a lie. And so they have gone through quite a transformation there. And and it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm feeling more leaning towards Gemini. It feels like an early air sign coming in here. Because also with the two of staves, the two-ness, okay, that makes sense now. I was like, what's that two got to do with Gemini? Oh, the twins, right? So I feel like, excuse me, that there's, they're focusing in on Gemini for you here. Um, and they have learned their power of choice and energy. The Three of Swords, when they focused in on their fears and all those things, they realized they grew it and it was so big. But when they learned that there's another choice they can make around situations and they started choosing the higher vibrational energies, they realized those things grew. So they're very empowered and they realized I'm not going to deny what I went through, but I'm also not going to let it define me going forward. And so I feel like they got a really positive aspect on their lives. And Geminis, they ruled by Mercury, so they've got some great communication skills. They like learning, they like sharing what they've learned as well. So they might even be in some sort of teaching or training field, but that's what they little tidbits they have there for you, Pinky. So hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Let me just move some stuff around. There we go. So Goldie, you are up next. So do you have a future with Pisces based on current energies? Let's see, where's this relationship going with Pisces? All right, we got 3 cards. Let's see what we got here. All right, well, you've got this. It feels like it's headed in a positive direction because you got the Strength card, which is a number 8. It's a very flowy number. And you also got the 8 of Swords, which means looking at thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve and that have made us feel like blinded and bound and trapped and it's flowy type of energy, and we like that. And then you also got the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is about, joy, celebration, your tribe, with all this coming in here. You know, if there was, not negative, but lower vibrational cards coming in with conflict, Three of Cups would have been third-party situations. So just to clarify that, because you've got such a strength card of you connecting with your higher self and this courage and strength that comes up, this flow of things. The Eight of Swords, too, is about getting out of our heads and into our hearts as we clear away these restrictions, that there's this joy and celebration that comes in. So it feels it feels like there's, at least happiness and joy, and clarity comes in here with that Eight of Swords. So, of course, that means, that there's some challenges that come up between the two of you to have you question, okay, well, this expectation's not being met. Why does that really matter? Is that a deal breaker? No, it's not. Okay, let me just release these things. Why do I have so many? I like there was this presentation or whatever. I watched once a video, and this person was a relationship counselor, I think. And they were like, if you have more than 5 deal breakers, you need to be alone until you can get it down to 5. Because they were like, my partner, they chew with their mouth open, and I wanna reach across the table and smack them. But I'm like, "No, that's not a deal breaker." I've got 5 and I'm sticking to those. Everything else, I just deal with, and I like that. So I feel like this is what's kinda happening and developing is you're realizing, all right, what are these things and why do I believe them and why are they important? They're not. I'm releasing it and I like it. That's what helps bring more joy. Because if we're focusing on so much of who someone should be, we're always focusing on how they're falling short. That's not happiness. If we have lower expectations and less restrictions, we're celebrating more who someone is, and that is joyful, right? So that's what's coming in there, Goldie Goldie, for you. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Cutie, you are up next. So general reading. Let's see, what does Spirit wants you to know right now? All right. So you got the Queen of Cups, and what's important here is to trust your intuition, trust your gut, because the Queen of Cups is a lot like the High Priestess, who she rolls over cups and emotion, but all the queens are given a second portion of cups and emotion. So she's very empathic, picks up on emotions very much. So trust the emotions that you're picking up, but differentiate between what's yours and what's theirs as well. And with the Two of Wands, the Two of Staves, this is about, realizing that you get to choose what you do with what you pick up too. The Two of Wands is like, whatever you focus on with your energy is what grows and expands. And so if you pick up things and you focus in on the darker side, the lower vibrational emotions you pick up, you grow those within yourself and in the atmosphere around you. What if you focus in on the higher vibrational, you also do that as well. If you have, because I feel you're very empathic there, Cutie, if you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen episodes, there's a playlist at the very top of my page when you go to when you click on, well, I guess you can't click on it here. Yeah, you can click it on the video. If you click on Bretta Zen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to the main page. At the top, there's playlist. There should be a Take 10 with Zen. You go in there, I think it's episodes 9 and 10, talk about the empathic bubble and the true gift of the empath. And I feel like that will help you with all of this too. So that's what they have for you right now, Cutie. So many blessings to you. All right, shuffle these up. And then Jashan. Hello, Jashan. So you want to know, will your name be on the merit list? All right, let's take a look here. See what is your name going to make it onto that merit. Let's take a look. So you have the Seven of Coins, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And the Ace of Cups, which is new happiness, new emotion, heightened emotion. And I feel like, when we first see the Seven of Coins, we're like, oh, that means not now, but later. But there's a second part of that which is you do see the fruit of your labor and you're like, "Meh, does it really make it did it really make me feel as full as it did?" And I feel like you do. I feel like you get on the merit list, and I feel like with that Ace of Cups, you realize that it doesn't fill up your heart as much as you thought it was going to. But that Ace of Cups is about turning inward and upward and finding the self love in here that's independent of your performance in the outside world. I like it because this is what happens. All of the humans, we all go through this where we're told to define ourselves by relationships and situations and things. And we get those things and we're like, why do I still feel empty? Why do I still feel incomplete? Why am I still hungry and thirsty? It's because what we're looking for is only what we find in our own heart, inward and upward, and finding that unconditional love. That's what that Ace of Cups represents, the chalice, the holy grail of the self love that we get to experience as we're filled up with the love from above, that eternal unconditional love, right? So I feel like your name will appear on the merit list, but the feeling of elation is short-lived. It's like, "Yay, all that work, and so what does this mean?" Right? Well, it might bring some benefits later, but I just feel like it's not as full as you thought it would make you feel, which is good because you find that you turn inward and upward and go, "Ah, that's what I've been looking for. It's been in here all along." So, like it for you, Jashan. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Okay, we'll continue moving down the list here. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee here. All right. So, Shirley Mador, Shirley. So, will your business improve this week or month? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here about your business? Sorry, let's give it another shuffle here. All right. What about the business? What about the business? All right. You've got the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. So there is transformation happening here around emotion and around energies. So there is change that's happening, but it has to do with emotional choices and energetic choices. So fives are the huge number of change. When you get two of them, it's like, okay, what needs to change? What is changing here? And with it being cups and energy, it's like I get to choose my emotions. Whatever I'm focused on is growing and expanding, right? And so when we make changes on my emotional energy, I'm choosing what I'm feeling. Am I choosing gratitude or am I choosing to focus on want, on missing this, even on what I hate, what I fear will come in or not come in my life? Well, I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy feeling this way. Can you make me feel it longer and even more so? We're like, no, that's not what I want, right? We don't want to feel wanting. We want to feel gratitude and fullness, right? We want abundance. And so as we transform our energy into like our emotional energy into that of gratitude and joy and laughter, truly our emotions, then that grows. When we focus our energy, on higher vibrational things instead of lower, that's what we draw in more so. So it is in your hands, that your business can definitely improve, but it has to do with your energy and your emotional energetic choices. So gratitude, gratitude. I'm so grateful for what I have and what you've brought and how you're expanding my business. And I love the feeling of expansion and new people coming in, and picture it in your head, having it and experiencing it and what it looks like. Allow the universe. In fact, where's this little piece of paper? I was reading something just this morning. So I feel like this is for you because they just went boop. So you see it, you hear it, you smell it, you taste it, you touch it. Imagine what all that is. Put all your senses, all those emotions, right? All that senses. See, what does that look like in your mind's eye? Number one, know exactly what you want. What is your clear desire, right? This is what I see. This is what I want to exist, right? And then imagine the event, like um, as if the dream has come true. So imagine it like in your mind's eye, see it with your mind's eye. See yourself as the main character in this event, right? Don't see it as like, oh, that's happened out there. See yourself there and that you're the main character in the event. And then three, get your body ready, relaxed, almost like you're about to fall asleep. And then feel number 4 is feel and see the dream as if it was real, as if it was happening in this moment, not as a movie. So you get the clarity around it first, like, "This is what I want. This is what I feel I want my business to be. This is like I can see it, right? My dream," and then see it happening here, and then get yourself in this calm place like you're about to go to sleep, right? And then see it and feel it as if it's happening, if it's real, and as if you're living it, not that it's that it's a dream. So I like that. If that resonates for you. Okay. All right, Shirley. Many blessings to you. And then Starfall, you'd like a general for the rest of the month. Sure. Let's take a look here. Please. You said please. All right. So you do have clarity coming in here. So you've got the 7 of Cups, which is a lot of emotional, I don't wanna say confusion, but there's just a lot of emotions bubbling all around. Can you see if I can put in here a little bit? So we've got all that, you know, laying on the couch, thinking, feeling. And the Queen of Swords comes in. The Queen of Swords balances the head and the heart. And usually it's we're stuck in our head and our heart is trying to pull us out of it. But in this case, I feel like there's just so much happening emotionally that your head is going, let me just help you step out of that. Let's put some parameters around each of these 7 cups. Let's just ask some questions. And I feel like there's a process of elimination that happens as the mind goes, all right, all these emotions are great. Feel the feels, feel it all, but now when you're having to make choices, let me just ask you a couple questions, right? And so that's what your mind does. It's like, what of this is urgent but not important? And you're like, ooh, good question. So so you X off 3 of them. And then your mind continues to bring up a question that helps you whittle things down to be manageable. Or if you're trying to make a decision, it whittles it down to one where one is so clear, and they bring you clarity around that. So I like that. I feel like this is the month that's going on here for you. And I just feel like I don't know if it's like well, it feels like it's an important decision to make because you're really investigating it and you have so many options with it, but you're whittling it down, and by the end of February, like February 29th, leap year day, you're like, "Okay, I know what I want." And that extra day makes all the difference. Your guides are funny, but it really does, because I feel like you get information like on February 28th, and then it changes you got down to 2 that you were gonna choose between, and February 28th, you get information that gets rid of 1 more, and then you have, "Okay, here's my answer, and now I know what I wanna do." So that's what's coming in for you, Starfall. Hopefully that makes sense to you and what's going on there. So many blessings to you. And then great quartz. You want to know what should you do about your situation? All right. Well, there's no shoulds when it comes to spirit, which is great because otherwise that means there's judgment and failure when it comes to spirit. But they're like, no, there's no wrong choice. You can do whatever you want to do. There is no wrong or right. There's just different situations with different experiences that come with those. So, I feel like we'll give you 2. All right, we'll give you 3. You have 3 different choices, right? You kinda have 3 major, like, okay, well, I can choose option 1, or I can choose option 2, or choose option 3. And so the energy around each is what they're gonna show you here so that you can be like, "Okay, this is the one I want." Option 1 really makes you face your fears, and you have to face them head on, and, it's a little scary at first, but it's all about the mind, it's all about the stories that change, and you're able to release those things. So that's, work, mental work, but mental freedom comes from it too. Option number 2 is 9 of Cups, which is emotional dreams come true. So that do I need to stop there? But option 3 is the universe card, which is, the world card, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. So all 3 of these, like I said, there's no wrong with it. Number 1, you learn some really tough lessons that set you free mentally, allows you to get out of a mental cage. Number 2 just feels like an emotional, like I said, wish come true, dream come true. And number 3 is, it's a major arcana, so it significantly changes your life. It ends some major cycles, begins new things, and, it's a new adventure that's free of a lot of expectations and a lot of rules too. So, you have a choice between 1, 2, or 3. You know what each one of those are, and then you're like, "Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I want." And the fear letting go of the fear of making a wrong choice, no. You'll learn through whatever, and whatever's meant for you doesn't pass you by. There's so many different pathways that take us back to the same destination. And so they're just like, one just is a little one's a desert, one's a forest, one you're swimming through, one is a taxi, one is a monorail train, one is up and down cliffs, you get to choose what kind of adventure are you looking for, and I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, great courts, almighty great courts. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we got Mars. Mars is really what that's is. So general on love for 2024, possibly who or what they're like if someone comes up. All right, let's take a look here. What does spirit? All right. So, general for love of 2024, there's some clearing out that they want you to focus on first. And the Tower card is about burning down things, and it's, especially with the Seven of Swords is our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that deceive us and cheat us out of things. So this is the tower is about burning down a lot of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and all these thoughts in your head about what you deserve, who you're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, how a relationship is supposed to be, how you're supposed to meet, blah blah blah, do 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 do. There's a lot of this that needs to be burnt down to make space for something. That's what the tower card does. It burns things down to create the space for something to come into your life and to clear away this pathway so that you can move forward towards something that's more in alignment with your higher heart rather than your brain that houses all those Seven of Swords, right? So, this is what they're looking at. They're like, there's strong possibilities. It all depends on how much you work on thinking about write down your list of rules about relationships and clear them away. Go, why do I believe that? And is that important? And it's this decluttering of the mental space, especially right now, is the important thing. And that creates the energies to bring someone in sooner. But like right now, they don't want to tell you, like, what are they like? Who are they? Blah, 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 because this alters as you get out of your head, and this rules, this long list gets smaller and smaller and smaller, which instead of it being so restrictive, saying, universe, it has to be this person this way and this timing, it's like, I trust you, universe, and I'm widening this open because this person's on back order for 1,000 years. But if you let go of expectations, the person that you're going to meet next is out here. You won't see him or get to draw him, be drawn together if you're keeping your blinders up, right? So that's what they are wanting you to know right now, is just thinking about the thoughts and beliefs. Where do they come from? And how can I transform those and release them? And then that opens up possibilities for love. So hopefully that makes sense, Mars. That's what they have for you right now. Then Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. All right. All is well with me. Hope all is well with you. And you wanted a general reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Okay, well, you got these. These are normal here. So Sorry, I saw something flash over here. Nope. Okay. So I like this here. You got the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess pop in here, which they're so much alike. The Queen of Cups rolls over emotion, gets a second portion of emotion, so very empathic. High Priestess, she goes to her High Priestess temple, steps back, connects upward, goes behind the veil, dives deep into emotions. So there really is a huge trust in your gut, trust your instinct, making sure you're staying grounded and connected to spirit, because you do have here the full card coming in, which is ending of old cycles and a beginning of a new adventure, free of a lot of expectations and a lot of thoughts and have tos and need tos. So, and you know, you're not going to miss the opportunity, and they're saying just trust your gut, trust your instinct. They're gonna guide you, and your connection with spirit is just going to be really highlighted during the planning stages and the birthing of this new journey, of this new adventure. So they're like, play with it, enjoy it, experiment with asking us for signs, and we'll give you signs. You know, really interact with us, because you're growing your empathic abilities, you're enhancing your connection with the spirit world. And part of this journey is that, but you're about to just have a huge, significant ending and beginning that takes you on a new adventure. And your connection to spirit is very, very important with it, of course. So even more than normal. I like it. So that's what they want you to know right now, Dajona. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we are to Morg in the void. Hey, Morg. I am well, and I hope you are well. Anyone to ask how you're being viewed by other people online at this time? All right, we'll take a look here. Of course, it's going to depend on the person. And if you're being viewed by 5 people, you're going to have 5 different viewpoints, right? So that's the first thing to really realize, is that other people's opinions and views of us have little to do with us, because they're looking through the filter of their eyes. We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So you can kind of reverse this and go, how are you viewing people on the online right now? Because that shows you a lot about how you feel about your own self, because everyone's a mirror. Monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. A giraffe looks in a mirror, it sees a giraffe, right? Vampire looks in the mirror, doesn't say anything, because vampires don't have reflection. That still shows you something, right? All right. But overall, I know what you're getting. You know, spirit knows what you're wanting to know. Just overall, what's the general consensus? What do I need to know about how people view me, right? Here's that power of choice. So, as I said, it all depends. Everyone gets to decide. You know, the world is neutral, but this we decide the story we put to it, like how we see it, right? The emotions we feel as we go through it, the energy that we put forward in our physical actions, we decide. So you have no control over what other people think. They all are looking, you know, at their own selves anyway in a mirror, and reacting with that. And so that's why spirit usually says other people's opinion of you or view of you is none of your business, has little to do with you. And you have the Ace of Coins. So there is this new opportunity that's opening up here in the future. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people look at you as unique and different with this Ace of Coins, this Ace of Pentacles, because it's like you are, yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, 3 of Coins, 3 of Pentacles, being true to your authentic self. And you really do have this, you know, uh, less care. Well, you portray yourself as not caring what people think, but obviously you do a little bit because you're doing this. But in comparison to them, we'll put it that way, you don't care as much, so much about what people think about you, to where you would change who you are. You're right. You kind of look to go, I wonder what people think of me. But if it came down to it and they all hated, well, I hate who you're being and how you're being, you'd be like, well, screw you all. I'm going to be me anyway. But you like to check in. And people see this and they see you as unique and different, and they really like that about you. that you are kind of unapologetically yourself in a way. So I like that, and this power of choice coming in here too. Very empowering. So hopefully that helps shed some light on here, but I feel like your spirit guides want you to kind of look more on like how do you see the world in these people? Excuse me, because that shows you more about who you are. Because we don't see something in someone else that doesn't exist in us. The wonderful things and the irritating things. So hopefully that helps, Morg. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got Crystal Lee, BI. Hello, hello. Any messages from Spirit for Valentine's Day? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about Valentine's Day? All right. Well, goodness gracious here. So you got the Three of Pentacles. This came out. I just put it back in. It came flying back out. And so for Valentine's Day, they're saying here it's important for you to be true to your authentic self. Don't try to be or dress or whatever to be what you think other people would want you to be. Be you. Be authentically yourself. Because you do meet someone here with the Six of Cups. This is past life energy of, that you meet someone and you just like have this connection like you've known them forever and ever and ever, and like they're a best friend that you're running into. And I feel like you meet them on Valentine's Day or because of Valentine's Day, if that makes sense. We'll find out more about that, what that means, I'm sure. But you have the Ten of Cups, which is joy. You have a joyful and a very joyful, full celebration here. If you're single, you might even be getting together with a group of friends. And in that group of friends, you meet someone um, who's not the Six of Cups, but you meet someone who introduces you to the Six of Cups uh, kind of energy here. So, yeah, and even on the bottom of the deck, wah wah wah, you got the Lovers card. So it does that you do meet someone, and so if you have an opportunity to go to a Valentine's Day dance party, get together with single friends, or if you're not, then if you have single friends, just say, "Hey, let's get together and da 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 da." If you have any other friends who are single, let's have a I'm gonna be my own damn Valentine party, you know, or something. But I like this because I just feel like you have this joyful, full feeling there, and whoever you're with or around, this person ends up you end up meeting the Six of Cups through that person. Maybe not intentionally a hookup, like, oh, you got to meet this person. It's more so spending time with them. You meet this other person. So interesting, but that's what's coming in crystally. Very happy, happy, joy, joy, Ten of Cups. So I like it. So have a blast. All right. So many blessings. And then Jean, XO, hello, hello, love. So you want to know what money is going to look like this week and also look at the underlying energies. All right, let's take a look here. So based on current energies, what does finances look like for this week? All right. All right. Well, we like this. You got the victory card with the chariot and movement, and Four of Coins, stable foundation of the outside world. So stable finances here. The energy on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Death card. So death and rebirth. You even have the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords. So all of this has to do with endings and beginnings on the bottom here. A lot about mentality. And of course, the Chariot card with the power of choice. Always such a beautiful reminder that every moment is a choice of lower vibration or higher vibration. And none of it is wrong. It just is, right? And just brings different experiences. But like attracts like. So whatever I focus on, I draw in. If I focus on, I don't feel like I have enough money or I want more money, the wanting is what the universe here is like. I like to want, not get, but I like the feeling of wanting. I like the feeling of missing. I like the feeling of fear. I like the feeling of hating something. And like, all right, well, we'll give you more of that then. And then, if we focus on gratitude for what we do have, then of course that's a huge thing. The universe is like, oh, you love feeling grateful. Let me give you more to be grateful for. I'm just going to pile stuff on so that you can have more things to be grateful for in your life. So I feel like there's a big piece of that with that power of choice is what you focus on determines how what kind of a result all of this comes in to be here for you. So very powerful, and it's a great we're in great lunar and star energy going on. All the planets are direct to like March 10th or something like that, and then even after that, the all the outer planets stay direct until like May 2nd or something like that. So some powerful energies of launching and expansion and good things. So that's what's coming in there for you. So hopefully that helps there, Jean, Miss Jean. So many blessings to you. All right, let's see where we're at here. I think we're getting towards the bottom here. So hang in there, everybody. All right, Magana, you are up next. So you want to know, what does AK from your friend group think about you? Your friends have been shipping you a lot lately, shipping us a lot lately. And they have been asking me to give it a chance. Oh, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. All right, so let's take a look here. I think you might have meant something besides shipping, but I get what they're putting there. Like they're wanting you guys to be together, right? A lot of pressure. So let's take a look here and see. So what does AK think about you? All right. And should you give it another chance? Oh, well, when I asked, is it beneficial for you to give it another chance? It's an important relationship, if anything, if not lovers. Um, yeah, I see it here. I mean, you got the Nine of Swords, so there are a lot of fears they have that go on here, and this doesn't like specifically have to do with you per se. I feel like it's more that they just have a lot of fears in general, which I know is probably a big turn off, right? You're like, who wants I don't wanna date a scaredy cat. I love cats, but not scaredy cats. And yeah, the 2 of coins here. The 2 of pentacles is balanced and, this even though this is a 2 of pentacles, it almost feels like a 2 of cups energy, but, they see that you're one choice that they have. But it's just interesting. And then 3 of wands, which is wanting to take a different route than they had originally intended, before too. So, there is this possibility of, it turning into an important relationship coming in here. But, yeah, I get what you're picking up here because I feel like you feel like you're an option, but you're not like a choice with them. And I feel it's because they can't give you what they don't have for themselves. And that's where all these fears coming in. They don't have this confidence. They don't have this self-love. They don't have that, ability to give that to themselves. So how can they give anything to anyone else? If you don't have self-love, you can't give love. If you don't have self-confidence, you can't give confidence. If you don't have honesty with yourself, you can't give honesty. So I feel like here, there is possibilities, like you said with the lovers card. I ask, is there, possibility things could work out? They're like, yeah, you could be an important relationship, even lovers. But, I just you the Queen of Wands really kind of sums up your energy, doesn't it? They're very fiery, very motivated. You like to, you know, you like bravery, right? You like, let's go do stuff. Let's not be afraid. Let's not hold back. Let's not dim our light. Let's shine bright. You have a connection to spirit world. You have a connection to empathic abilities. You shine, you're bright, you draw people to you. And I kind of feel like maybe there's some extroversion there in a way. You get energized being around people maybe. If not, you definitely have a fire though within you burning, and I just feel like that's why it feels so uncompatible with between you guys at this time, because you just feel like they've got so many fears. They're so reserved. They dim their light. They don't know who they are, so they don't know how to act and be. I kind of just feel they kind of feel fickle and maybe unstable to you. Not unstable like mentally unstable, psychologically and all that, but just like, like you don't know who you are, and so you're just inconsistent. And I feel like that's what kind of, made you be like, man, it's not really for me. And so maybe eventually they'll work things out, but definitely know who they are now. But I don't know. I just don't feel it either, Magana. I'm just like they keep pushing you to do it, and you're like, you know what? If you guys keep pushing me to do it, one, they should know you. They don't even know you, do they? If they push you, you resist and you go the other direction. Hello? It's like your friends don't even know you. Ah, but I feel like if you were attracted to them, you wouldn't need pushing. You'd be shoving them out of the way. So trust your gut and go with that, Magana, which I feel like they're not ready. They can't keep up with you at this point, and you don't want to have to dim your light and slow down, for that. So that's what's coming in there for you. So there you go, Magana. All right. I feel like you just needed the validation. I'm like, okay, I'm going to follow what I want to do. All right. And then Ashvin Rai, you are up next. Hello, hello. So divine guidance in your situation. What guidance does Spirit want to give you right now for your situation that you are needing guidance on? All right. Yeah. You've got the Three of Swords here, which is kind of this fear of disappointing and this letdown kind of energy that's coming in here. Six of Cups is childhood energy. And I feel like what they're wanting you to look at is just be aware the trouble, the um, agitation, the shaking up of what's going on has to do with fears that were instilled from when you were younger, probably 6 years old, but 7 years old and younger with the emotions, the emotional child. And um, there's this fear of making a wrong choice. I feel like you got punished. Not that you were a bad child, but you were very independent, very headstrong, and so you got punished a lot because you wouldn't do what they wanted you to do. And so they not broke you, but kind of in a way where they made you fear making wrong decisions and wrong choices. At least this is what you learned from the situation. It wasn't what they intended, but this is what you learned. Don't do things wrong. If you're going to do something, make sure you're successful at it and make sure everyone likes it. Otherwise, there's hell to pay. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you with this situation to really look at it and go, I don't need to please everyone. Let me look at where's this coming from? What is echo is coming from my past that's coming forward, and I get to choose what I want, and I don't need to be afraid of what other people will think or say or do because I'm not a kid anymore. I'm an adult, and I can survive on my own, even though my culture and my family and friends and all these people might be upset if I don't do what they want me to do. They can I can choose to leave if I want to, and I can still find my people, my tribe, even if it's on the other side of the world. I used to joke, not joke, but when I was at a very uh, transformative time in my life, I was like afraid if I was going to be who I was going to be in a lot of different ways. I was going against the grain of my family and my society that I was growing up in, and it would be, even being a tarot reader would have been like, "Oh, burn the witch." But I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna be me, and I've gotta be me, and if my family and my friends and everyone rejects me, I will find there's billions of people on this planet. I will find my tribe, even if it's a small village of, people in China on the other side of the world. I will find them, And I feel like this is what they're saying for you with your guidance is be you. Don't worry, you don't have to be mean about it when you decide it and stand up to do what you're wanting to do, but don't be afraid to step forward. I feel like is the guidance that's coming in here is just be true to your heart and you can't go wrong, right? Just don't do it out of fear of the mind, do it out of love from your heart and you're good. All right. So that's what's coming in, Ashvin. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. And then we've got Vidi Jalan. Hello, Vidi. Hello, hello. So, what do you need to start noticing that needs attention? So, what could there's no need or should from the spirit world. I know it's English words, but there's energy behind it. It's like I could, or I can. It gives us our power back. It's like when I wake up, when I used to work in corporate life, I'm like, I have to go to work today. I need to go to work today. It's like it feels so powerless. But when I'm like, I could go to work today, I could not either. And then if I do that enough, I might have an opportunity where I could go find a new job because I lost my other one. But it's empowering, right? So it's like, what could you start noticing that could use attention? Doesn't have to be, but it could, and I like it. Less stress, less, oh, um, that you have to do so much just to get up to ground zero, right? So let's see what Spirit says. Yeah, hey, you could look at this if you want. Yeah, you have the Devil card and the Eight of Cups here. And this is this energy of realizing what of your emotional areas of your life can use some work, some movement away from things. The Eight of Cups is like, leaving behind relationships that no longer serve you, whether it's friends or family or even romantic or whatever. You realize these relationships with humans that you've been giving so much emotional energy into and getting very little energy back. So you're giving 70, 80, 90% all the time. And you're only beginning like 10, 20, 30% from people. And you're like, you know what? Even if it's parents, even if it's siblings, even if it's like best of friends, it's like, you know what? I'm going to back off and only give 50%. And if they don't make up that other percentage, the relationship starts drifting away. And then you're like, okay, I don't care. I'm going to bring it back now to zero that I'm investing in it. But you're getting all this emotional energy back, right? And then there's also charged emotions that are down in your subconscious that are taking emotional energy to maintain, rehearse, nurse, and keep them on a loop. And it's like, let me bring those up and let me look at those and go, I'm going to feel the emotion and I'm going to transform it into higher vibration, higher knowledge and wisdom. And then the energy you were using to maintain those comes back to you. And that's what I feel is going on here. Saturn, Capricorn energy is doing the work. On that, you get the reward because what ends up happening when you start having this big reservoir or huge lake of emotional energy that have come back to you, then you have this to start new friendships, you have for a relationship, you have the emotional capacity. But if you're pouring so much energy into black hole relationships that the energy is just disappearing and you're not getting any kind of flow of emotion back, then it's not for you. It's actually keeping you from experiencing things. And so I feel like this is what you can look at. And it's great because you step into this power of, I get to choose where I invest my emotional energy. And I'm not going to feel guilty about backing off of some things because I deserve, equal give and receive relationships. And yeah, relationships do fluctuate. Sometimes we only can give 30 and they give 70. But I'm talking about the ones where you're always consistently, majority of the time, the one that's pouring all yourself into it, getting very little back. You're like, you know what? Gonna reserve this energy for me. So hopefully that resonates there, VD, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. And then the final that I have here is Shay B. So after I finish, I will put an order in which I completed the readings. I will be back next Friday at 11 a.m. for free readings. I'll be back Wednesday night for the cozy chat for my YouTube channel members, my Q&A on Thursday nights for my Praying Mantis level YouTube channel members as well. And if you're looking for a reading in the meantime, I do offer personal readings. All that information's down in the description box. Past life readings, personal readings, relationship readings, birthday readings, and some other things. All that's down below, though. All right, so Shay B, let's bring it home. You want to know the outcome of your connection with your ex-fiance, Anthony. You're starting to communicate again. All right, let's take a look here and see. All right. Well, you do definitely have the possibilities here. You've got the Chariot card, which is all about your power of choice coming in. Wherever you focus your energy will determine where this goes, right? You got the Justice card, which is, they have that big Ace of Swords. Let's see if I can get to focus in their hands here, right here. Yep. Which is seeing things from a different perspective, cutting away the fears. And that's with this Chariot card and the Justice card together. It is about, when we focus on lower vibrational energies of, well, what aren't they doing? And, what I feel I'm missing, or what I'm wanting but not getting, or what I hate or what I fear will come in or not come into my life. We grow all that, right? That power of choice with the Chariot card is so powerful, so powerful. Because if instead I look from the higher unconditional place, a higher perspective, and I start focusing on gratitude for what someone does do instead of focusing on what they're not doing, then I get more of the what they are doing, and that grows instead of the lack feeling coming in. So these are two major arcana. They're very important here. I mean, can you imagine if with your interactions, if you're just like, something I love about you is that you never give up on your friends. And, like an example, like when blah, 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 da, da, and it's sincere, it's true, and you are grateful for it. You're like, I just like that about you. So I tell you. And then instead of, what you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, what is going to attract you? If someone told you every day what they loved about you, wouldn't you be like, hey, I'm all in? But if they every day were like, this is one thing I didn't like about you today, I'm out, right? I like that. So there is great possibility of that, but it depends on what energy you focus on. Because you do have the 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. It's one of my relationship cards. So you do have the possibility of coming back together, but it can't go back to what it was before. I feel like it's like letting go of all these expectations and trying to have them live up to be something that you feel that they're supposed to be. And they think that this is who you're supposed to be. And this is what the relationship is supposed to be. So much energy when we have expectations up here, all this energy just to get to ground zero. It's exhausting. But when we have expectations low, then all of this is above and beyond extra and abundant feeling. And that's where successful relationships come in, healthy relationships come in, right? All that focus on gratitude. So I like it for you, Shay B. So that is what they want you to know right now. And thank you guys again for all the thumbs up. It does tell me that you enjoy the channel, enjoy the free readings, and helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the Love Tsunami. And until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and we'll see you when we see you. Till then, guys, take care.